The US stock markets had a pretty severe down day today. Let's check out the technicals. A very good evening to you traders. This is Mark. Welcome to your daily trading video. Let's look at the Dow. Dow was down 200 or so today. And I've started to build a framework of these, what I call fuzzy support and resistance zones. I call them that because they're not precise. You can't draw a solid line across an actual point. You have to give it a little bit of room in it, and actually this fits quite nicely with the Dow cash at the moment. The amount of times we've come in this 100-point thick zone and bounced back up are numerous in the last 10 15 days or so, however many there is on the screen. And actually to the upside as well, that's not quite as significant because we've pushed a little bit stronger, and in reality you could probably have another one here. But the point is, we are just ping-ponging back and forth in a range. When it looks like hell's going to break loose, we find a bit of a bid and push back up. And actually the best trade for me is going to be if we do push lower, maybe later in the week, and hold below. The classic, that's the line in the sand now. If we push below and start holding below, then I'm going to be all over that on the short side. But then I kind of tend to be over optimistic for the short setups that we don't seem to be getting. And I guess the better trade for the people who've been making the most money, the guys who've been buying this zone and selling it as we push back up to some sort of mean around here. I guess that kinds to be the best play, but I just can't do that. I always prefer to trade a volatility expansion type trade, just my personal preference. But if you've been buying those bottoms and getting good money out of that, then hats off to you. Interestingly, the Nasdaq and the S&P are slightly different charts. The S&P closed below this multi-day low, and that really does a lot more damage to the chart than obviously the Dow did. Look how many times we've tagged this level and we're closing below it here. We did get that 1 hour bounce in the last hour, which kind of neutralized the bear thesis, the bear aggression a little bit. But we have this loads of times. All hell sort of breaks loose for one day, then we bounce back up. It would be nice to see a little bit of follow through to the downside. Last little look, let's just check out while we're looking at the indices. We'll check out the Nasdaq as well. Big highs yesterday. Rejected those today and then pushed under that multi-day low, which is bearish in itself. And actually I think I will be looking at the Nasdaq as a leader to see if it can break through today's low tomorrow, do some holding, and perhaps that will open up a trade in the Dow, which is actually a better spread betting vehicle, I think, for me, than the Nasdaq or the S&P. But because they're at key levels now, they're definitely going to be watched, and generally tech will or can lead the other markets, so always worth having that up. Anyway, had a great trading day today, guys. Lots of stuff going on as well with the currencies and other little bits, but we'll just focus on the indices for this evening, and hopefully tomorrow will open up some good trading opportunities. Take care.